Hi guys, and welcome to my first look video of the Cary SLP-90 clone preamplifier review. This is a tube preamplifier. I got this one because many times you've asked me about the recommendations for tube preamplifiers for the power amplifiers that I review on my channels for all these clones that you've seen in my videos. Since the earlier preamps that I've reviewed and shown to you, all three of them were solid-state preamps, I got a couple of tube ones, and this is the first one. This is based on, as I said, American company Cary SLP-90 circuit. It was very well received back in the day. I got this particular implementation because of a couple of reasons. The same chassis that you've already seen, and this is a very good thing because it has LED display for channels, for volume control, but the most important thing here is that it's using relays and resistor ladders for volume control. It's not using regular traditional resistor volume pots, but it's using resistor ladder with relays. So that's very good because there's a high chance it will be very precise and clean, like it was in JC2 clone that I've reviewed. Okay, another reason is that it's fairly cheap. It's based on standard ECC82 tubes, which are also known as 12AU7 tubes. These are very popular, easy to get. There's plenty of them, both new old stock tubes from back in the day, like, I don't know, 60s, 70s, 80s. But these are also still being produced by, for example, PS Vane or Linlai. So you're able to also get current production tubes. Okay, the outside. Volume control, that's also doubling as a mute switch, power on off switch that also doubles as a channel select. Yeah, for those of you that have seen my JC2 preamp video, this time we have a proper gold mount, not cold mount. It doesn't really matter. This is a sticker, you can remove that. It's nicely made, but it doesn't help in any way. In the back we have 4 inputs and 1 set of RCA outputs. We also have a power socket, power switch on the back, and we have fuse compartment here. On the inside, what do we have here? Yes, I'll switch to zoom. And the first thing we see is that all the looms and all the cables are neatly organized. We have 2 power supplies. The first one is used for powering the display and the relays of the volume control. The second power supply, it's actually our core transformer, is used for powering the main tube preamplifier board. And this is a very nice thing because the theory is that our core transformers should have less noise and EMI and distortions than the regular toroidal transformers. As you can see, it's quite small because we do not need large amount of power for preamplifier. We have 4 tubes. You can buy this one without the tubes or with the default set of PS Vane's baseline ECC82 tubes. You can see that the board also says 12AU7. We have a polypropylene capacitor banks. We have 4 capacitors rated for, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, for 3.3 microfarads and 400 volts. Let's try another one. Yeah, this one. 3.3 microfarads, 400 volts. The brand is pretty unknown. It's one of the Chinese brands. You can get capacitors like that on AliExpress for very small amounts of money. And we have Another 4 capacitors, 0.1 microfarads. Yeah, it's here, rated for 250 volts DC. There are 4 of them. Why I say that this was the second reason I get this particular build, because these are very easy to replace with something better. What would be the something better? Yep. So we can see Janssen standards and some Janssen superiors. So expect another video on cap replacements. Another things worth noting, and another reason for me to get this particular one. As you can see, the board is branded with ZeroZone. All previous devices that were, let's focus on the board. All previous devices that I had produced by ZeroZone were of excellent quality. So that was another reason for getting this particular one. As you can see, it's a very simple build, so there's not much to say about it. A couple of other things that I noticed. Yeah, these 2 capacitors, this one and this one, these are Nippon Chemical capacitors, rated for 6000 microfarads each one of them. There's also one here, which is a bit strange, because the board says it probably should be something like 2070 microfarads, and as you can see, there is a place on the board prepared for larger capacitor. But this one is rated for 100 microfarads, which is a pretty small value. I think this one will be the first one for me to replace. Although this one is, I don't know, I don't remember. Was that Toshiba or Samsung mark here? I know that logo. I know the logo. I just can't remember what was the company. So this one is good quality but low value. We have to change that with something better, with something of higher capacity. And that's basically it. We have power supply section for the tubes with very big radiators. We have some rectifiers here, and that's it. I've already started the burn-in for that one. It was already playing for like 1.5 weeks. I will still leave it playing for another 3 to 4 days to have it together, like 2 weeks in a row. Why? The first reason is that I want to have a proper burn-in on the preamplifier, and the second one is that the tubes need to play for at least 50 to 100 hours anyway. Also, since these tubes are widely available, there is a clear upgrade path. You can replace capacitors, you can replace this one, and then you can play with some tube rolling, getting higher quality tubes for this preamplifier. And the fact that it's using popular, well-known tubes is good for everyone using this preamplifier, because you won't be hunting for some strange, old stock, unavailable, very rare, very strange type elements. You'll be able to get 12 EU 7 tubes in good prices, quite cheap, both new and old stocks. These are not expensive tubes, but they do sound good. So that's it about this preamplifier. I like the build. I like the build so much that I actually forgot to tell you that, as usual, it's made of solid aluminum. It's very thick. It's like 3 or 4 millimeters here on the stop plate. Everything else is also solid aluminum. So I've been spoiled by the build quality of all preamplifiers and amplifiers that I've seen so far, to the point that I forgot to mention these obvious things. Yeah, all in all, I like the build. I like the price. As you can get that one without tubes for something like $250, and the tubes will set you back another like 50-60 bucks. But you can also order the full set with the tubes inside. Yeah, so I've covered the outside, the inside build, the things that I can see right now, the upgrade path, the price, and that's it. I hope you'll enjoy the full review video. I hope to find some time during this coming weekend to do the proper listening session. So keep your fingers crossed for the full video coming sometime next week. We'll see about that. Okay, have a nice day. I'll link to this particular build and this particular preamp in the description. I think I also saw this main board, ZeroZone banded Cary board, as a do-it-yourself set. I'll try to find that, and if I find the link for that, I'll also give you the link in the description. So feel free to comment, feel free to ask me any questions if there's anything I could forget about this. If you have seen anything interesting inside that I just didn't mention, just let me know. Yeah, one more thing at the end. As you can see, this board doesn't have a lot of capacitors, so it means that it's a very easy job, but I have to listen to it first. But if I think that there will be a reason to replace all of the capacitors, it will be a very easy and quick job, and it will be very cheap, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 electrolytic capacitors altogether. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 MKP capacitors. So not a lot of them altogether, and it will be a easy and quick thing to replace all of them in one pass. So once again, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for a full review and have a great day. Bye guys.